Welcome to the lecture on education. Education and educational institutions may be one of the key tools not only for dealing with consequences of conflicts, but also for creating conflict-resilient communities. Education systems can become repositories of conflict or of peace. Historical discourses that we hear in post-conflict institutions can be emotionally loaded, may be one of the key tools not only for dealing with the consequences of conflict, but also for creating conflict-resilient communities. Such education systems can become repositories of conflict along ethnic lines. Historical discourses that we hear in post-conflict schools can be emotionally loaded, full of memories and traumas of war that may be one-sided, excluding the perspectives of the other. As they resolve such education often creates and maintains differentiation along ethnic lines, generations to come. Memories of conflict, destruction, education for peace may provide communities with tools for successful taught in history classes are usually selective memories as they resolve or manage the tensions in their respective environments as a nation, collective, group. Memories of conflict, destruction, and atrocities influence education of national or group what is taught in history classes. However, are usually selective. There are always alternative memories people are that challenge those official narratives and provide new insights. These stories are forged by elites for the purposes of national or group unity and cohesion and official narratives. However, but they provide always alternative memories that challenge those official narratives and provide new insights and complexity. Such stories are disruptive in post-conflict societies to move away from patriotic and heroic narratives for change, bringing nations the periods of cooperation, diversity, and complexity. It is important in post-conflict societies to move away that education has heroic narratives to understand the periods of cooperation. Schools cannot fully control preferences and behaviors of individuals. Some scholars argue that education has a limited reach by spearheading change. Outside schools, schools cannot fully control preferences and behaviors of individuals because those preferences are also influenced by exposure. Change outside schools and complex social conditions cannot be introduced only by changing power dynamics, textbooks, often beyond their grasp, and teachers' training. Systematic change, the issues and causes of cannot be introduced only by changing curricula, textbooks, programming policies, and teachers' training. Change has to be undertaken the issues at various causes levels of conflict, addressing multiple sources and therefore of conflict, change cannot be involving a variety of actors terms, such as teachers, change parents, has to be undertaken at various levels, society, addressing multiple sources of conflict, and involving a variety of actors such as teachers, problems limiting the ability of women to participate in political processes in many conflict-stricken societies is one of the problems limiting the ability of women to participate in political processes in many conflict-stricken societies. Political participation is there as a way to prevent conflict. Few states have taken steps to increase women's political participation as a way to prevent conflict and foster constructive intercommunal dialogue. SWAPO, the ruling parties in South Africa, ANC, Mozambique, Rwanda, where women comprise over 60% of the women's quotas on candidates women held 49% in Rwanda, where women comprise over 60% of the post-genocide population. Rwanda still has the largest female women held 49% of parliamentary seats after the during wartime elections. Education is Rwanda still has the largest female parliamentary representation worldwide. During wartime, education is clearly affected by impediments to sending children, cultural practices, even in peaceful times. However, the roots of the problem of educating economic factors and international assistance initiatives influence access to education as well as communal responses to them. The economic factors in many parts of Afghanistan, and especially in rural influence access to education, schools have been burned down, and there is a lack of teachers. For example, some schools remain empty due to poor security, and in southern areas, the schools may have burned down, and there is a lack of teachers. Some of the key suggestions for action some schools remain empty due to poor security, and in some areas, the classes are conducted in the open or under qualified teachers. Some of the key suggestions for actions in Afghanistan, community-based organizations, and local leadership include developing teachers training and increasing the number of qualified teachers, as well as inclusion of the NGOs, community-based organizations, and local leadership in deliberations about improving the educational sector. In post-conflict societies, there is a tension between history taught in school. In post-conflict societies, there is a tension between history taught in school and at home. Is avoidance of confrontation and difficult topics. To try to override this tension and focusing on confrontation and difficult topics, as well as focusing on learning. However, such techniques create divisions among students, as well as such techniques create divisions among teachers and parents have an important role in the process of mediating. Teachers and parents have an important role in the process of mediating of certain historical narratives happens relationally. The appropriation of certain historical narratives happens relationally, and we need to confirm their content in the family, school, innovation and art in education can encourage and support people to gain fresh perspective about conflict and transformation, movement, about conflict, creative expression and embodied movement, creative expression. Such approaches seek to increase awareness of nonverbal communication, generate fresh perspective, communication, behavioral change, generate fresh in the midst of conflict, chaos, behavioral change, and rapid change. Conflict, chaos, innovative approaches such as intercommunal innovative approaches such as experiential exercise workshops, experiential practices, poetry, improvisational theater, dance, music, people's experience of conflict, their sense of identity, and reveal new ways of addressing challenges and taking action. Educational systems should be seen as complex and dynamic systems, which is important for envisioning the processes that are taking place and are not educational systems should be seen as complex of only one and dynamic systems, simple causes. A complex systemic approach, which is important for envisioning the processes that are taking place dynamically, that are not linear each other and cannot be explained as a consequence of only one or few on textbook causes, teachers' trainings. A complex systemic approach does not offer multiple causes, events, and stakeholders dynamically influencing each other. For example, to produce certain educational models in Croatia, by focusing solely on text, what is missing was taking into consideration a crucial component of private and family spaces, as well as parents' role in shaping children's Croatia, for example. I discovered that what is missing was taking into consideration the goal should not be creating joint private or compromise space as well as parents' role in shaping children's views, but creating something new through creative process. Focus should shift on procedures and collaborative learning. The goal should not be creating joint narratives or compromise based on similarities. Collaborative learning principles imply the need for creating something new, the presence of the other, process, and creation of space should shift on procedures and collaborative learning engaging with the other lead to change in patterns of interaction. Collaborative learning individuals can be agents of change, and they should not be seen as passive and marginal. For that initial leap of faith, individuals can regain their agency by taking on the responsibility to question. Individuals can be the agents of change, and they should not be seen as passive and marginal. The individuals can regain their agency by taking on enabling participation of various stakeholders in the consideration of educational and mainstream curricula development and textbooks in post-conflict societies. Policymakers, it should not be only enabling participation of various stakeholders. Voices from the grassroots should be heard. Policies, interactive programs, and encounters and exchanges with youth should be encouraged. It should not be learning together about nonviolent and constructive voices from the grassroots should be heard. Interactive programs, encounters, and exchanges with youth should be encouraged. Learning together about nonviolent and constructive options of engagement should be encouraged. Thank you for listening.